you ever been lying peacefully in bed, slowly drifting off to sleep, when suddenly you feel like you're falling? Your leg kicks, your entire body jerks, and your eyes immediately open. For a second, your heart might even start racing. You look around, nothing happened. You weren't falling, nobody touched you. So why did your body suddenly react as though you were in danger? And here's the stranger part. Millions of other people experience exactly the same thing. This phenomenon is commonly called a hypnic jerk, or a sleep start. It usually happens during the transition between being awake and falling asleep, and despite how dramatic it can feel, in most people, it's completely normal. To understand why it happens, imagine what your brain and body are doing as you fall asleep. You don't simply switch from awake to asleep like turning off a television. Sleep happens gradually. Your breathing begins to slow. Your muscles relax. Your awareness of the room starts fading. Your brain activity begins changing. You're entering the earliest stage of sleep. And somewhere during this transition, a sudden muscle contraction can occur. Sometimes it's tiny. Maybe one finger twitches. Other times, your arm moves, your leg kicks, or your entire body jolts so violently that you're instantly awake again. But why? That's where things become interesting. Scientists understand what hypnic jerks are, but exactly why humans experience them isn't completely settled. One possibility involves the nervous system transitioning into sleep. As your muscles relax and your brain shifts away from wakefulness, spontaneous nerve activity may trigger an involuntary muscle contraction. There's also a popular idea that the brain sometimes interprets rapid muscle relaxation as though the body is physically falling. The brain then sends a sudden signal to the muscles, almost as if it's trying to catch you. It's an interesting explanation, but it shouldn't be treated as a proven fact. There is also an evolutionary hypothesis. Our distant primate ancestors may have slept in trees. According to this idea, a sudden muscular reaction while falling asleep might once have helped prevent an animal from losing its position and falling. It makes a fantastic story. But again, scientists haven't established this as the definitive reason hypnic jerks exist. What researchers do know is that certain things seem to make sleep starts more likely. One is stress. Imagine going to bed while your brain is still thinking about tomorrow. Work, school, money, relationships, deadlines. Your body may be lying still, but your nervous system can remain highly activated. That can make the transition into sleep less smooth. Another factor is sleep deprivation if you've been staying awake too late, sleeping irregularly, or pushing yourself while exhausted. Hypnic jerks may become more noticeable. Then there's something millions of people consume every day: caffeine, coffee, energy drinks, tea, some sodas. Caffeine stimulates your nervous system and can remain active in your body for hours. Consuming large amounts, especially later in the day, can interfere with normal sleep and may make these sudden movements more likely. Intense exercise close to bedtime may also contribute for some people by keeping the body more activated when you're trying to settle down. But what about that terrifying feeling of falling? Sometimes the jerk happens alongside a vivid sensation. You might imagine stepping off a cliff, missing a stair, falling from a building, or simply dropping through your bed. Then, bam, you wake up. This can happen because you're entering the strange borderland between wakefulness and sleep. Your brain is beginning to disconnect from your surroundings, while fragments of imagery and sensation can begin appearing. A sudden muscle movement can become incorporated into that experience. Your brain then creates an explanation for what you're feeling: a fall, a jump, a slip, something that makes the sudden movement seem to make sense. And all of this can happen in seconds. So, should you worry about hypnic jerks? Usually, no. Occasional sleep starts are extremely common and generally harmless. They're one of those strange reminders that falling asleep is actually an incredibly complicated neurological process. But if sudden movements happen very frequently, repeatedly prevent you from sleeping, cause injuries, continue throughout the night, or happen alongside other concerning symptoms, that's different. A healthcare professional can determine whether something other than an ordinary hypnic jerk is happening, because not every nighttime movement is the same phenomenon. But for the occasional giant jolt just as you're falling asleep, your body probably isn't warning you about something supernatural. Your heart didn't suddenly stop, and your soul isn't leaving your body. You're simply experiencing one of the strange transitions between consciousness and sleep. Every night, your brain performs an extraordinary transformation. It disconnects from the outside world, changes its electrical activity, alters your awareness, and eventually creates dreams that can feel completely real. And sometimes, right at the entrance to that strange world, your nervous system gives you one final jolt, just to make sure falling asleep isn't quite as peaceful as you expected.